Had some games where he was a stud. Tereshia knows boards, 17 rebounds, 12 on offense, but there are also games that he disappeared offensively, and with Julius Randle at the 5, he'd still be scoring 30-something points, which again, against the Pacers, would have mattered. Although, since Randle's out of the lineup, we became a different team, a little more defensive focused, a little more grindy, a little more persevere. Come through in the end. Build momentum down the stretch kind of team. Unfortunately, McBride and Burks, maybe they're not here either. Those guys deserve some appreciation and some kudos. I'd like for them to still be on the roster, come off the bench, provide some relief, get some more minutes. And Burks yesterday, 26 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. McBride had kind of a quiet night, but he's had some really good moments in the playoffs where he scored in the teens and 20s and gave the Knicks the needed offensive spark when they had some players unable to play. McBride 8, 5, and 2 yesterday. Hartenstein, by the way, to get back to him, he kind of disappears at times offensively. Yesterday, 0 points, 8 points, and 2 assists. Josh Hart, love to see him come back. He adds kind of a dimension to the team for a power, small forward that loves to rebound as much as he does and can give you those big moments on offense. He's kind of an unsung hero. Only 10, 8, and 5 yesterday. One of those days. Dante DiVincenzo kind of picked up the slack for the Villanova trio yesterday. 39, 4, and 1. If those guys all came back with a couple new additions and some good draft picks, and if the Knicks want a superstar hunt, maybe that gets us over the hump. Is Joel Embiid still going to be unhappy next year and force his way out of Philly? We'll see. A lot of Knicks fans don't like the idea of Karl Anthony Towns. He's a lifetime 23 and 10 guy. Small market teams, maybe they don't want to pay him what he's worth, but they're in it now. So who knows what'll happen there. Had reservations about this Knicks team being able to put the Pacers away. Pacers won the regular season. They won 2 out of the 3 games. Knicks gave up an average of 124 points to them. In the playoffs, it was more like 118, but if you take out that 191-point game, Pacers averaged over 120. Knicks' defense was not great in the playoffs. Fourth quarter defense was suspect. What worried me about this series, other than I knew Indiana would give us a hard time, had some insights from the Philly series, Game 3. We were behind and we sprint ahead and we're up 8. Sixers come storming back. We managed to pull it out in the very end and win the game. If that would have happened against Indiana, a more offensively proficient team, would the results still be the same? We saw in Game 4. Didn't happen. I think we scored 16 points in the fourth quarter. Indiana wound up pulling away very late, 111-106. I was worried at that moment that would be the moment to turn this series around like it was in Philadelphia in Game 3. This time it happened with a team that shoots 78, 79% in the first half, 60-something percent for the game, 54% from 3. Knicks didn't have the answers on defense. Going forward, going to be interesting to see where the Knicks go. I'm not convinced we can move forward. Here's why.